Present.
Dr. Ford, Vice Chair Lewis, Chair Thomas,
Present.
you have a quorum present.
Moving on from the roll call, has everybody had an opportunity to take a look at the minutes from the August 21st, 2024 meeting? If I'm going to give everybody 5 minutes since the agenda went out a little bit late this time. When you're done, look up and I'll ask for changes. I will point out at this juncture, I think there is a mistake. On the second page of the minutes, the third to the last paragraph, I'd like everybody to look that over. It starts with Chair Thomas reminded. My concern is that there is an entry in here that Mr. Iat had no objection to the withdrawal unless it was without prejudice. I think that what he wanted was with prejudice. So, but I want everybody to take a look at that and then we could talk about it. Have you had an opportunity to look at them? Has everybody had an opportunity to look at the minutes or do you need more time?
Set.
All set? Anybody want to make any comment regarding the minutes, including the comment that I made? Does anybody agree that there is a mistake and that it should be corrected?
I think it should be corrected. I make a motion to correct the minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Well, Ms. Spivey, I will tell you what, it's been a little while since we've had to correct the minutes. Could I ask this question? Would it be possible for you or someone from your office to correct the minutes? Did you follow where the change was?
Yes.
It's on the second page. It's on the second page of the minutes. The paragraph that begins Chair Thomas reminded Mr. Davis. And if you look at the third line from the bottom, it says without prejudice. And as Mr. Schaefer pointed out, should be with prejudice. So when you correct those, could I please ask that you circulate a copy to all members and let them know that that minor correction was made?
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Other than that, we're ready to move on.
We need a vote, Chair.
We need a vote.
Oh, no, we already
I
did.
thought we took a vote.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's 4-0.
All right, so item number C1, update from commission staff, proposed ethics ordinance amendment. Let's we have Ms. Parisian here. Ms. Parisian, would you like to make a report or do you have anything to report? Is that the way I should put it? Okay, very good. Well, move on. We want to thank you for coming though. All right, let's go to new business, item D. Number 1, commission communication dated June 24th, 2024, received June 24th from Kira Joyner regarding Wayne County Treasurer's Office employee alleged violation of ethics ordinance section 40-4, 32E, 33-1, 34, 35, and 36. Mr. Longstreet, can you give us a report on where that stands and what your recommendation is?
Yes, I can. I did receive it from the complaint. Sure.
The Ethics Board did receive a formal complaint from citizen Kyra Joyner indicating a violation of 40-4 of the Wayne County Applied Ethics Ordinance against Mr. Jerry Halls, who is a Wayne County employee of the Wayne County Treasurer's Department. A notice of complaint was sent to Mr. Halls, and we did request an answer. I did speak to Mr. Halls on the phone. He did indicate that he would supply a response to the complaint. However, no response to the complaint was received. However, pursuant to 40-7 of the Wayne County Ethics Ordinance, this particular complaint does not spell out a violation of the Wayne County Ethics Ordinance, and it's my recommendation at this time that this matter be dismissed.
Question. In her complaint, I did see that she cited, that some sections were cited. You're saying that those weren't applicable? Or
Those were not applicable. No,
were not applicable?
no. There was no conduct within her complaint that violated the Wayne County Ethics Ordinance, so on its face, the complaint was insufficient.
Well, we fulfilled our duty in that we sent it out for an answer. We don't have an answer. Mr. Longstreet tried to get an answer. It's not mandatory that anybody respond. I guess with that, if anybody has any questions of Mr. Longstreet, or if anyone wants to make a motion, we'll hear it.
No questions? I make a motion that we dismiss the complaint.
Any second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed? Dismissed. Let's move on down to item number 2, communication dated July 11th, 2024, received August 1st from James and Helen Orsetti regarding Wayne County Probate Court's alleged violation of Ethics Ordinance 40-4 through 40-6. Mr. Longstreet, can you give us a report or an update on that?
I can. We received a formal complaint of James and Helen Orsetti on August 1st, 2024. However, I did not receive a copy of this, and this did not go out for noticing. However, on its face, the complaint is insufficient. It does not provide any particular person that should be addressing this complaint. It's also addressed to the Wayne County Probate Court. The Wayne County Ethics Board has no jurisdiction over the Wayne County Probate Court, and this complaint does not specify a particular person who violated our ethics code. Thus, pursuant to -40-7 of the Wayne County Ethics Ordinance, it is my recommendation that this matter be dismissed.
Before I turn the floor over to the other board members, I'd just like to make a couple observations. In these situations, what the board has done in the past is sometimes if a complaint is deficient in a certain regard, we have asked Mr. Longstreet to write to the individual who filed it and say, look, these are the problems with your complaint. You haven't named somebody specifically. You haven't stated what conduct would fall within the code. And I think sometimes when we're dealing with citizens, one wants to give them, or at least I'd like to give them the opportunity to respond if we see a deficiency on its face. But with all that said, that's kind of my recollection of the historical approach that we've taken over the last 3.5, almost 4 years now. I'll open the floor for a motion. Anybody want to make a motion? Mr. Longstreet is recommending that it be dismissed. An option that we would have would be to send it back to the complainants and say, look, this is why it's deficient. And give them an opportunity to correct it. Any second for that motion? All in favor? Any opposed? Mr. Woods gave a begrudging eye. Well,
My question is the time frame. This is over a year and a half old, it looks like.
Well, there's a couple dates on this. There's actually a couple dates on this complaint. There's February 23rd, there's April 23rd, there's July, and then there's August of this year. We received it officially August of this year, so I take it as August of this year.
All right, all right.
well, Mr. Woods, maybe one of the things that Mr. Longstreet can point out is the disparity in the dates.
Right.
Maybe that's
Right, well,
something that he could.
that's
point
why
out.
I didn't
Okay.
have any objections, because there's so many
So-
things he could ask in that letter.
Is the motion recorded as passing, Ms. Spivey?
Yes.
Okay. Well, with that said, Mr. Longstreet, you'll take into consideration what we've said here and ask for that type of clarification.
I could do
Give
that.
them an opportunity. How long are you gonna give them? We have a month till our next meeting.
I mean, they could start they could just start the process over again. I mean, because essentially they have to refile this. So we'll just give them the same time frame as they ordinarily would if they had originally just filed it. 'Cause it's-
Well, wouldn't that, if we did that, wouldn't that connote that we're dismissing the complaint if we're asking them to file a new complaint? I thought what Mr. Schaefer was asking was that we bullet point what the deficiencies are. These are the deficiencies. If you want us to take a look at this, you've got to do A, B, C, D, E.
So we,
That's what I thought.
so let me get this straight. Are we asking for an amended complaint?
I don't know.
Because that would be what the motion is basically asking for, is for clarification. It would be an amended complaint because they have to go in, change the complaint and send it back. That would be an amended complaint.
That's what I intended to do, was to give them some assistance so they'd be compliant with the ordinance.
Yeah, I think that what he's saying, look, if you want to call it an amended complaint, that's fine. But I think what Mr. Schaefer's motion was, and I listened to the discussion, I think what everybody is looking for is a bullet point letter from you to them stating these are the questions or matters that we want you to address. There's 10 of them, maybe there's 2 of them, I don't know. But I think that's what we want. So if you want to call it amending it, I'm perfectly fine with that. I think that makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Okay, everybody all set on that? Let's go to item number 3. Communication dated August 22nd, 2024, received September 3rd from Tanya Wells regarding the Wayne County Clerk's Office's alleged violation of Ethics Ordinance Section 40. There's something I would like to point out before we discuss this particular file. We have gone on record over the last several years, and more recently, I think within the last 6 or 8 months, of noting the fact that the chief judge of a court has authority over that court and the employees in that court and the system that is entailed. With that said, I don't know that filing a complaint against the clerk's office concerning an alleged violation is something that in the long run is going to fall within our jurisdiction. But let's hear from Mr. Longstreet regarding what your recommendation is and what we've done on this or what we haven't done.
This is a ethics board complaint we received from citizen Tanya Wells against the Wayne County Clerk, Kathy Garrett, pursuant to 40-7 of the Wayne County Ethics Ordinance. A notice of complaint and request for answer has been sent to the Wayne County Clerk, Kathy Garrett. We have not received a response from the clerk as of yet, and the notice was sent out on September 9th, 2024.
Mr. Longstreet, I have a question before I turn the floor over to the other board members. I stated what the rule is regarding the courts. When it comes to the clerk's office, I don't know that we've ever adjudicated anything regarding the clerk's office. Would we have authority over that or our
Yes.
court action? Oh,
Yes, in Wayne County, it's a Wayne County department, and they would be Wayne County public servants. So the Wayne County Clerk's office is subject to the Wayne County Ethics Board.
okay. So we sent it out for an answer?
Yes, we
So
did.
we'll have that in by then, if they're gonna file a response, we'll have that by our next meeting in October?
We should.
All right, very good. Anybody have any questions? I think that this is just a report. We don't have anything to vote on. Anybody have any questions for Mr. Longstreet?
I'm unclear as to whether we would have the jurisdiction over a federal election.
Well, you know, that
This portion of the election was pursuant to the complaint. This portion of the election was controlled by the Wayne County Clerk. There are certain portions of local elections that are controlled by the Wayne County Clerk. For those persons to be placed on a ballot, in this instance, there was an accusation that there was a qualified candidate who was not placed on the ballot, and the placing of that person on the ballot was in the control of the Wayne County Clerk. The Wayne County Clerk will have an opportunity to respond to that, to the positive or negative. However, we are awaiting a response to that. But as far as our jurisdiction is concerned, yes, we do have jurisdiction over the Wayne County Clerk's Office.
Thank you.
All right. Any other questions or comments for Mr. Longstreet? Well, let's move on then. Such other matters as may be properly submitted to the board. Does anybody have any other matters that they would like to discuss before we go to public comments? If not, let's move on to page 2, paragraph F, public comment. Is there anybody waiting online to make comment, or is there, I don't see anybody here today other than Ms. Parisian. I don't know what comments she might have for us.
No comments on Zoom and no emails have been received.
Okay, very good. Well, we are ready to move on to item G. Short meeting today. Do we have a motion regarding adjournment?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? None.